recording, actually. We'll just record everything.
Do you like me to record?
Sure, just start hitting it.
I need to use the bathroom. So
Ah, god damn it!
No!
Hello and welcome everyone to the inaugural episode of the BreakTime podcast. Here we just kinda chill and talk about whatever interests us. We'll start somewhere and see where it takes us. I'm Ryan, and as always, I'm joined by my two good friends, Jake and Eric. How you guys doing, guys?
Hi.
I'm doing pretty alright.
Hi.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
I had a great time making fun of the Millennium Puzzle because I can't believe it. You solved it and then just didn't get possessed by an ancient ghost.
I'm pretty sure that this is just a replica. It's a model kit. It's not exactly the real Millennium Puzzle. I didn't get it from Egypt. I got it from Amazon, honestly.
I mean, you wouldn't get it from Egypt. You get it from Yugi, right?
No, well, the thing is that Yugi would already have solved it. I don't think he takes it apart ever. Actually, no, that's not right at all.
So if he puts it back together, is he
does take it
unpossessed?
apart.
Is that how this works?
He does take it apart at some point. I don't...
I feel like it happens multiple times throughout the series. I
don't know if it's ever taken apart completely, though. I think
I think it was. I think it was when Bandit Keith burned down the warehouse, and the puzzle was like stuck to like a pillar, right? I think they had to take apart the whole puzzle. Because they couldn't get like
I thought he just...
No, because they couldn't get the nail off of it, right?
Did they?
Or did they break the chain? I don't remember. They either broke the chain, or they took apart the entire puzzle and put it back together outside of the chain.
Dude, what's this guy Yugi doing with this, like, ancient relic? Why is he just leaving it around warehouses?
No, it wasn't anything like that. Okay, do you guys know how Yu-Gi-Oh worked?
I've literally never even watched this episode, so I have no clue.
Oh my god. Okay, so the thing that I believe happens, I don't remember for sure, but I believe what happens is Yugi. This is before Yugi put a chain around the puzzle to make it more secure. He still had a piece of twine or leather strap or whatever it was that was fastening the puzzle around his neck. But at some point it gets stolen, and he has to go to some some location, a warehouse, and he will go and where he will get his puzzle back, I believe. And then it turns out Bandit Keith is there, but he's like all weird. He's like, what the heck's going on? Why is his face just blank and stuff, right? And then they duel, and then it turns out the building has been set on fire. And then I don't know what happens to Bandit Keith. I think he just dies.
Yeah, I hate to see it, man.
Wasn't he being
That's what you get for robbing a fucking 10-year-old.
What's his name? He was being possessed by Marek. Marek.
Malik in the Japanese, though, I believe. Yeah, because Marek.
Marek Ishtar.
Marek Ishtar's a cool character. But the thing that happens is that somehow Joey or Yugi's friends find him in this burning building, and he's just trying to get the Millennium Puzzle out from, I believe, the side of a duel field station. And while the building's burning down, he's just trying to pull the puzzle out from there. And I don't remember what happens after that. And I think that was the first time. After that, I believe, is when he started wearing the chain with the puzzle, as opposed to the piece of leather or whatever string it was, or something like that. And now I have it. It's in my possession now.
You have the real Millennium Puzzle.
I am the winner. I am the ultimate gamer. That's a terrible...
Holy shit, you're the ultimate gamer.
I don't like that the word gamer has completely different connotations now.
More connotations on a word is only good.
No, I don't think so.
Makes
I think
it
it's
more
a double-edged
spicy.
sword. I think it's... But this is so much worse. Because when you say when someone says that they're a gamer, you have a very specific kind of image in your mind, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that image isn't everyone. Everyone plays games to some capacity. It doesn't even necessarily have to be video games or something. You can consider people who play tabletop RPGs a sort of gamer. You can consider someone who plays just board games. Actually, that's still tabletop games, I guess, is also just part. If you play tabletop games, you can still be considered a gamer. But I guess it's kind of been taken over by the video game players.
I remember in, I don't know if this was new for Fire Red or was actually in Gen 1, But in Pokemon, I remember there's a trainer type who was a gamer, and he was just a dude with cup and dice who's just, I guess, gamble with kids on the street all the time. So that's a real gamer right there.
I think so. Is that from? I don't remember. I didn't play.
I remember it from Fire Red, which is the remake of Gen 1. I don't know how much they changed. I never played actual Gen 1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you just have a die, then bam, gamer.
Yeah, if you play gambling games or card games or what else is there? Card games, dice games.
Akagi is a gamer.
Yeah, Mahjong. You play Mahjong, you're a gamer. You're a gamer of some kind. We like Mahjong here. We're all Mahjong players. We play together. We have not done it in a long time though, because something happened. We just probably haven't done.
Just haven't happened randomly.
Oh, our timelines have not matched up. Or we've been too busy.
I think it's because of other things. I don't know. Who knows? But I would totally be down to play with everyone here again, as well as our other friend who is not on the podcast, but also plays with us. So anyway.
So also I looked it up, and Bandit Keith does die in both the anime and manga. But
I saw that. Why are we going back to
because I was interested. I was interested in whether he lives or dies. Apparently it happens after the burning building. He meets Pegasus or something. In the manga, he was fighting Pegasus. Then Pegasus found out Bandit Keith cheated in the duel. But
no, that's not from that. Because the Duelist Kingdom happens before Battle City.
Wait, but then he's dead. Wait, then how do you meet Yugi?
No, you're getting it wrong. You think he's dead when he exits Duelist Kingdom.
Oh.
He falls off a cliff because Pegasus hits some button that like sends him through a tunnel
off the cliff button.
Yeah. Out from the side of a cliff, there's just a tunnel. I don't know how Duelist Kingdom works, but it sounds like a pretty awesome place.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Pegasus has all these weird traps and everything like that. And, he sends Bandit Keith to, presumably, his death, but we don't know for sure. All we see him is he gets jettisoned out the side of a cliff and he falls into some water. Oh, wait, and it's supposed to be like a big reveal, I think, when it turns out, like, look, it's Bandit Keith, and he's in a burning warehouse dueling Yugi, and he has the Millennium Puzzle.
So he did live.
Like
so he did
This
survive.
is when the series takes a turn, and the new protagonist is just Bandit Keith.
No,
now he's
awful.
using the Millennium Puzzle.
That's a terrible anime. I don't want to watch that.
Nah, it'd be great.
I really don't think so. It could be a cheating game anime, and I think that like a cheater protagonist game anime, that wouldn't be bad actually. But also, I don't really enjoy Bandit Keith as a character. I'd much rather it just be not that. Honestly,
I'd rather it be Don Zalug.
He didn't even show up in the first season. He showed up in GX.
Yeah, he shows up in GX as a dual spirit. That would be a really weird series. I don't think it would be a very odd character for a shonen anime to be the protagonist. Just Don Zalug. And do they make
He's
him
the
sound
one
like
and
Christopher
only.
Walken? Do they make him sound like Christopher Walken again?
Yeah.
Why would they? It's such a weird thing. Why are we talking about this? This is so weird.
Because Bandit Keith has a large influence on life.
I mean, if you think about it, he did have quite a bit of influence. He's a character in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series that everyone quotes, mainly because he just says, in America, a lot.
Well, it's in America.
Of course. Yu-Gi-Oh! Definitely takes place in America.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to. Otherwise, why were they so... they're from Domino City? That's not...
You're asking too many
anything.
questions. It's in America.
Is it?
Yeah.
I believe that's actually... I don't think... Well, it depends on where you consume the series, right? It could have been... It's in Japan if you... I think it's just wherever you live, or something like that, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been playing on my screen. How could it be anywhere but on my desk?
Exactly. Well, no, that's not even that.
It's all just in a 2D space on my desk.
The language dictates it. And I don't know, maybe depending on what the characters' names are in various different localized versions of the show, you could totally pull it off that this is happening in this country, that this language is being spoken in. I don't know what you would do, but that's like the part of the reason why they changed the names is to appeal to a more Western audience, right? The English dub, the 4 kids dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Changed all the names of the characters except for some of them because they kind of need it.
Yeah, it really makes me feel like it's happening right here on the West Coast. I have a neighbor named Yugi.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering why they chose to change certain names and kept other ones. Why were the Kaibas not? Why were the Kaiba?
Yeah, Kaiba's a real common name right there.
It isn't. But the thing is that the name Kaiba is very iconic. Well, because it was in that show, right? Not necessarily. What they could have done anything else. All they needed, the logo for Kaiba Corporation is just a K and a C. All they needed is another K. They could have just said his name's
Casey.
Casey? No.
Ugh.
I guess the Casey Corporation.
Yeah.
Seth Casey is the
Hell
name.
yeah,
of,
man.
Yeah, Seth Casey. That's Seto Kaiba in America. In America.
In America.
Well, then, like, you have other characters. What happens to Mokuba Kaiba or Gozabudo Kaiba, their adoptive father? They're
MK?
Gone Casey.
Gone? Is that
Grandpa
a common
Casey.
Western name?
No, but I blinked.
Gone Casey.
Gone Casey.
Also, there's a lot of lip flaps that you need to add now for dialogue because you shortened his name from Gozabudo to Gone. So now what do you got? You gotta just think, no, it's not gonna work. You gotta think of a better name or something. I don't know what you would.
Grover.
Growth. Yes, strike fear into the entire industry.
It's Grover Kaiba.
All corporations grovel before Grover Casey.
Yeah, man.
Grover Casey's just a guy.
Yeah, it's him, Grover Casey.
Yeah, Grover Casey and his son, Seth Casey, and what would Mokuba be? Marcus Casey.
Yeah,
Marcus.
yeah, we're in.
Honestly, I'm constantly disappointed every time I hear a Western name given to a character that isn't their original name. We've talked about this before on a version that never reached the public eye. We don't even know if this episode's going to reach the public eye, actually.
Oh my god.
But we did talk about this before. We talked about the localization of Japanese media and changing the names of things to better suit or better appeal to a Western audience. That was definitely a thing that happened.
But canonically, did it happen?
This part of the concept does anything that doesn't actually show up that other people can listen / watch to. Is that part of our continuity?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a different timeline. We can be like Marvel and have multiple timelines,
multiple Earths.
Yeah,
this is
we need to start
universe.
talking about parallel.
What if we have a different
universes?
universe every time one of us hosts? Well, we already did talk about parallel universes in a previous episode. In a previous
parallel
timeline.
universe.
In a timeline that people may or may not know about. And in that one, we talked about another timeline that people may or may not, well, definitely don't know about because I forgot to record on that one. But let's.
Yeah, that's the lost. That's lost time.
Yeah, it's different. It's gone.
Yeah, this is the cinematic universe.
This is why do we do not need this many universes, guys?
Sure, we do.
No, I don't. I believe that we do not. I don't think it's necessary. I think we're good with just having, like, this one, and that's about it. I was thinking that each different person who hosts has its own continuity, so we just erase all of our memories from the previous episode if someone else was the one who did the intro.
Oh, wow.
That sounds pretty bad, though, so let's just scrap that idea. It wasn't a really good one.
Complicated. I like a simple multiple universe where you just assume everything happened already.
Multiverses are always simple, right?
Just,
or they can they be simple? I don't believe.
I'm a big fan of the just assume everything has already happened version. Makes everything easy. You just like, did we talk about this? Always say yes.
But then we don't have any content for the podcast then.
Yeah, we do. Because we talk about things we've already talked about.
Yeah, but if we...
Because we've canonically talked about everything.
I have stories that I would like to tell at some point in the future.
Yeah,
once
then
we
tell them again.
We can't. No, I guess so. But if I say that, like, we could talk about these things when we're not recording the podcast, and I'm just recording, then, it's not your initial reactions to the crazy, wondrous things I'm saying. Whoa, right? It's
Yeah,
sort of like,
we
we heard you say that before. Yeah.
We just present ourselves as all-knowing. Because we're all-knowing.
But I'd much rather have the crazy reactions or something like that whenever we're just talking about random stuff, or if I start telling a story. I cannot stop thinking about stories that I've already told, which is only one episode ago. But I don't like that that's what we're talking. I don't like that that's what's like coming up.
Alright, I'll tell you about something completely unrelated. I got a new Steam game 2 days ago. That is the funniest shit I've ever played in my life. It's called Cyrilim Ultimate. I don't know if that first word is pronounced correctly.
How the heck do you spell
It's
this?
Siralim Ultimate.
A-L-I, Cyrilim Ultimate.
Yeah, okay. So it's like Pokemon, right? It's a monster catching game, and then you have a party of your monsters, and you use them to battle other monsters.
Okay.
Except, like, it's just batshit crazy, right? So there's, like... I guess this isn't that much larger than normal Pokemon. I don't even know if it is larger, but there's like 1,000 or so of these creatures.
That's more Pokemon that exist currently, yes.
And all of them have, like, a really crazy ability. Like, for an example, one of them is, it gets, if you choose the attack options, think like Final Fantasy, you have an attack option, you have your spells. If you choose the attack option, you do an extra attack for every spell cast since this monster attacked. And, like, all the abilities are, like, on this level of crazy. And you can fuse two monsters together, choosing their monster, like, creature type and their, like, elemental type, because there's still, a type chart. There's still, fire versus water, but they're different types.
Yeah.
And they get both of the abilities of the combined creature. So you have creatures with two of these abilities. The next level that's extra spicy is it's not like Pokemon where you send one out. It's a 6v6.
Really? So it's just a giant battle royale of a bunch of creatures.
Yeah, all of them
fighting
are
each
out.
other?
And they have
That sounds
equipment
awesome.
slots which have customizable equipment.
What?
And they have customizable spells with lots of effects.
Mm-hmm.
And your character, who's the trainer, is a class of lots of different classes, which gains lots of abilities. It's like one of the least okay games I've played in my life. It has the kind of mechanics that constantly put you in awe that it hasn't crashed yet.
What the heck?
So you mentioned the fusing thing. Can you keep fusing?
No,
Like
you can
the
only
same
fuse
monsters
two
together?
different monsters. Once it's
No.
fused, it can't be fused again.
No, I
You
want
only
a
have
I want a
halves.
monster, not just. I just wish
That
you
is
could just
every
fuse all the
monster?
monsters into one
No,
monster that
'cause
has
then it-
every
what would
single
that
ability.
even
Then you
look
get all
like?
the abilities.
All the abilities in one
Well,
monster.
we'll see, the
It's like-
first monster is like the shape of the monster, then the second monster is like the coloration for the
Oh, I
sprites.
see. When you heard of the I am the fused together, the all monster, I just thought of a single a singularity and then a bunch of limbs just coming out haphazardly, and they're all just waving around and doing things, and it sounds like some eldritch horror
That's
disgusting
kinda
being that
funny.
I don't want to meet. Be great though.
But
No,
yeah.
I mean it wouldn't be great.
But yeah, I've played it for about 10 hours, and it's only been getting more stupid and more crazy. My class is a warden, whose goal is to fill out your monster's buff bars, so they just get, like, a whole bunch of buffs. Like, at all times, they have, like, splash damage, they have bonus crit, they have bonus dodge, they have regeneration, they have, like, a barrier. They just, like, every buff. And all of them get stronger based on how many buffs they have. And so, like, I'll attack once, and it'll trigger, like, 15 things happening, and I get 3 new buffs, and then maybe they cast one of their spells for free. It's like... Turns sometimes just have, like, unironically, like, 20 or more steps. It's like... It's actually amazingly stupid. It's great.
That's kind of a thing that I do see in a lot of RPGs that I tend to like, is when one character's actions cause other characters to act as well. I think it's in Persona 5, right?
Yeah, I
if
think
you-
there's the, like, they trigger friendship stuff or something, right?
Yeah.
Where they go
or they'll
like,
take-
hey, let me finish him up or something, then they beat him up.
Yeah. Ryuji will now take a mortal blow for you.
Holy shit, we can kill Ryuji.
No, that's not the point.
Amazing feature.
It's supposed to show how deep your bond has gotten with Ryuji
Amazing
Sakamoto.
feature. We can kill Ryuji.
Yeah, no, isn't it that you can kill Ryuji if you're about to get killed? So does that really count? Unless you intentionally put
Oh, it
yourself in
totally
low
counts.
light. Yeah, it's like, oh man, I can't believe Ryuji decided to join the track team again. He will now take a mortal blow for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I have not played.
He
Persona
remembered
5
that time
completion.
you ate lunch together and he went, for real? And then you had a great lunch together.
Ryuji will now take a mortal blow for you?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't remember. I haven't played Persona 5 all the way through.
I don't know, that
kinda
sounds like
stopped
Ryuji to
partway.
me.
Yeah, well, you could say that about any character. It could be just some random one-off thing. You talk to An about, I don't know, cute boys. I don't know.
They
I
talk
don't know
about
what happens in that
fashioning
game.
cute boys, then she goes, okay! And then you, take, then
It's
she'll,
decided.
and then she'll,
Oh, wait.
die for you, I guess.
I am actually. There's something that I do remember as far as I've gone through Persona 5. Every single time they decide on doing some get-together or gathering of some kind, it's always ended, their plans or the scene that they have where they decide on this is always ended with someone saying, it's decided, or that set, not even that settles that. More like it's decided, or it's like that, or it's like it's settled, or that's settled then, or this is it's decided.
They need to
I
clarify that it's the end of the scene.
I don't like that at all, because have you ever had a conversation where you make plans with other people and you just say it's decided?
Yes, every conversation actually. I
Dude,
need to
we
let the
didn't even-
cameraman know I'm done with the scene.
I don't believe that has ever happened with us. Not even when we said, "Hey, let's do a podcast."
It's
we didn't end
decided.
that conversation
It's
with
decided.
"It's decided." We've never said that. That is not something that comes up in normal human
I don't know.
speech.
I think I said yeah. That sounds good.
It sounds good, but that's different. That's you just agreeing with it. Like once everyone agrees on like, yeah, let's do that thing. Someone says it's decided. Or
It
it's
has
like,
been
"It's
made
settled."
done.
Yeah, it's like that. It has been decreed.
As of this point, that idea is reality.
I hope. I don't know. I'm sorry, but also I'm not, because Persona 5, despite being a pretty good game, as much as I've played it, that's just one thing that has kind of stuck out to me as why is this here and why is this the way they talk?
Oh yeah, I don't actually harbor a lot of love for the Persona 5 characters. I like the combat mechanics a lot. And the dungeon exploration stuff is fun, the music's really good, but the characters and stories are like they're really just characters in a story, you know what I mean?
God. Imagine if when we first met and we went to that sushi place after we said let's go get sushi, and then everyone's like, yeah, let's go, I'm down, and then someone said, probably me because I'm the one who initiated, I said, all right, it's decided.
It's decided. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm not
I
exactly
would know
a
that the
fan of
scene's
that.
over and be able to go on with my day.
That's just one thing that I've
And then
noticed
I'd
in
make
all
a
of my
music
time
note
with
appear
Persona
above my
5.
head and go ding, and then you'd know the
that's-
friendship is higher.
No, that's more like an internal thing. But the thing is that they're actually interacting with people and saying the phrase "it's decided" to
Yeah.
each other. I have never seen that ever in my
Well,
life.
I mean, they
It's
only
just-
have so many generic voice lines, and for some reason they decided to use that one every scene.
Oh yeah, it's like okay, so this is like
They've
what
got
should we
the
put here to
okay,
end it?
alright,
Oh,
or
God.
I'm angry, or it's decided.
No, it's part of fully voiced parts of the game where they're like, yeah, let's go out for sushi to celebrate our defeating this, taking the heart of this rotten adult guy. Let's go get sushi.
It's decided.
It's decided.
Jake
It's
will
not
now
even-
take a mortal blow for you.
That sushi's convinced me to die for you, Ryan.
Yeah. Truly, I am the protagonist with my wild card and my Millennium Puzzle.
You
And-
can now do a strange NPC function with me.
Yeah, does Joker ever take mortal blows for other people? or
No,
is it
he's a dick.
strictly- It's strictly other people will die for him.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, That's unfortunate.
Well, because
I
the
feel
game
like
just
that's
fucking ends if Joker's down. That's it.
I guess so, yeah. And if he
Canonically, he's never gone down, so why would he take a mortal blow for someone?
I guess so. No, but no, more like, it's not that he would die from the mortal blow, he's saving someone else from dying, I think is what the mortal blow
Yeah, I
is
don't know.
supposed to mean. But still, I don't like this thing where they say it's decided. And while we were talking, I thought of how they were agreeing upon what line to put at the end of these conversations. And you see these audio engineers or these writers being all like, all right, so how should we end this scene?
It's
like,
decided.
We'll write down, it's decided. And it's like, all right, it's decided. And like, oh no, it's going even further. Everyone's saying it's decided.
Yeah.
It's settled then. No one says that. No one does those things. And I understand that it's a product of being a Japanese game where it probably ended with a line, something along the lines of "kore de kimeta," meaning it's decided, or that settles that, or it's settled.
Yeah.
But it's just something that kind of sticks out as a sore thumb to me.
I wouldn't do it out and about. But I think when I was in high school, and when I would actually make plans with someone, and it was like, we were always in a time crunch because it was between classes or during a lunch or something. Yeah. I could see myself, like, doing that kind of statement that, like, is intended to say yes and end this conversation at the same time fairly often. I wouldn't choose those words. I would say, like, yeah, that sounds good, see ya.
It's decided.
Yeah, I guess that is an even more efficient way to say that.
That's different though. That's just affirmation. It's not declaring that we've agreed upon something to everyone or something like that. I guess a similar thing that I've heard in media, I guess. I've never really heard anyone say it in real life, maybe very, not very often, very infrequently. But the saying, it's a date, whenever people make plans, they're like, all right, it's a date. Like, I think that's kind of a similar vibe to it's decided, or that settles it, or it's settled then.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a counterexample to that, but also I say weird words. I say that ironically to like a lot of people most of the time.
No, well, the thing is that if you say things ironically, that's different from saying
like I'll say it's a date when I get asked to like go to the grocery store.
Well, yeah, that's different.
It's a great time.
Sarcastically or ironically. But if people who say it seriously as a part of just normal everyday conversation whenever they make plans with someone, it's a bit odd to me, I guess. I guess some people do talk like that and they do say that thing. But to me, it's always been this is strictly something that people say in media. Because the other thing is that whenever people say, all right, it's a date, usually in the case of, say, a rom-com or something like that, right? It's supposed to be like, I thought this was just like supposed to be some kind of outing between friends, but he said it was a date. Should I treat it like it's a date, or is it not a date? And then, of course, because it turns out that the girl actually does like him, and he said it was a date, but she's not sure if it's actually a date.
But then during the confession, there was a loud noise that they didn't hear.
Well, now this is becoming an anime.
The laugh track just starts playing in the background.
The laugh track. Okay, just imagine an anime.
Marge.
No, imagine a
Marge, I
rom-com
declared my
anime.
love for you, but then the loud firework made me not hear.
No, why?
That was not a good Homer voice.
It was not, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about an anime series in which there is a laugh track and it sounds horrendous.
I want laugh
It's the
track
most
anime.
awful thing
I can't
ever.
think of one. It only happens in like American sitcoms.
Of course, yeah. It was supposed to emulate the live studio audience recording that a lot of American sitcoms had. Some are just like that. So, like, there was an audience who was present who was watching the actors perform these things, and they would laugh whenever something funny happened.
Whenever the sign said to laugh.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though, is that's kind of a laugh track, and that the applause sign or the laugh sign is kind of weird to me, because I think of it as them telling you what's funny as opposed to making the judgment yourself.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, whenever they have that laugh track there, sometimes the things they say aren't funny.
That's why comedians are good at what they do, because you're pre-informed this is going to be funny, and most of the really good ones laugh at their own jokes, and so you're just like, One of the funniest things is being in a situation you're informed is funny and seeing someone laugh at something just because of how social we are. That's like one of the funniest things that can happen.
Yeah.
Like, this is a joke.
This is a well, it's different from saying straight up saying this is a joke or using.
Oh
the
yeah,
laugh
I
track
mean, you need
tell
to think
that it's
about
a joke.
it. You need to
Yeah.
decide it's a joke. And going to a comedian means you've decided it's a joke.
Yes, you've decided that I'm going to sit here and this person will attempt to make me laugh.
It's really weird how different comedian jokes are from like any other kind of humor, which I think is part of the reason that it both sells well, and like translates so badly to like not being in a comedy show. 'Cause if you try to talk about what a comedian talks about, like not at a comedy show, it's really just not funny.
Yeah, I think there's a certain amount of context that is needed, especially with a lot of the ways that stand-up comedy writing kind of works. There's a bit of finesse that requires it. You can't just go up there and start saying stuff. There's a very much a setup, and what you say, what jokes that you set up prior or that you say prior have to sort of build to future jokes. A lot of the time, what happens is like a roast comic or an insult comic of some kind. Some people see that and just think, I can just insult people in the audience and it'll be funny, right? But most of the time, the way that insult comedy kind of works is that you need to deprecate yourself first to show that, like, hey,
you need to
guys
present
are just
yourself as an idiotic character so that it's funny that you're making fun of things.
Yeah, I'm just as vulnerable, and I can be insulted just as well as I can insult any of you. And so that kind of puts everyone on equal footing, as opposed to, I am on this high tower and I'm just punching down on all of you.
Nice.
Is essentially what happens when you don't have the self-deprecation at the beginning of this. And so that's part of like the insult comic thing, but it also like translates over to other stand-up comedy performances. A lot of the time, a lot of context is needed to set up for a punchline. And, of course, in that case, stand-up comedy does not work well if you're just like, with a group of friends and you're just joking around.
Yeah.
However, this brings me up to, I am reminded of something else that I hate right now.
Wow. Hater.
I've talked about this at length before because I get really passionate about this.
In a different universe?
Not in a different universe, just like before we even decided to do it.
Oh shit, so it's canon. In the non-cinematic universe.
It's confirmed, yeah, I guess so.
Ooh,
because
confirmed?
It's just a part of, it's more like it's a part of my personality.
Ryan lore?
That's what creates this universe that we've created, the BreakTime cinematic universe.
Nice.
The Shatterpoint Games BreakTime cinematic universe.
Pretty
it's
cool,
a separate universe from the rest of Shatterpoint Games. It's just the podcast universe. Anyway, one of the things that I absolutely abhor, and one of our friends is kind of responsible of doing this a lot of the time, and I do not find it funny at all. I'm sorry, person, if you're watching this, but I don't. And you might call me some kind of spoil sport or anything, but I just don't find it amusing. It's just not my cup of tea, And that's using memes and references as sort of a crutch for being funny. People who rely on like a meme or reciting a meme in order to be comedic I don't jive with it. I straight up dislike it.
It is strangely like just a common personality type, just say memes. It's like the joke about I think it's the new version of the joke from like 5-10 years ago of like person whose personality is they watch The Office.
Oh, that feels like it's very much the same thing. Yeah. I never watched The Office, but yeah, people who would just scream parkour or something like that after someone jumps off a ledge or a sidewalk or something like that. Parkour! It's like, haha, you're like, I'm funny, right?
I'm in The Office.
Ugh, that's the thing though, is I can't... The thing is that if you were to boil it down as this is a personality trait thing, it's the most bland personality trait like I've ever thought of or I could ever think of.
Yeah, I mean, people do have interesting personalities, just they're better or worse at presenting it and want to put in more or less effort at presenting it, so it's just what they do.
It feels like it doesn't even feel like it is a personality trait sometimes. Sometimes it feels like it's more of a it feels more like it's a supplement to make up for the lack of personality.
Oh no.
In some cases.
I don't know, I don't believe there's ever an actual lack of personality, to be honest. I think some people are just more social.
I guess so, but it's
It's
less.
just a personality thing. About how much they want to present it.
No, but the thing is that you can kind of get a person's personality. The thing is that this doesn't show, in my eyes, this does not show a whole lot about this person's actual personality. It's more like to try to attempt to, it's very programmatic in my mind, or a binary kind of thing where the internet has confirmed that this is funny, right? In the context of it being on the internet and being an internet meme. But the moment that person tries to bring that into real life and that becomes the way that they present themselves as amusing or funny, it becomes to me it becomes a sort of failure of comedy. A failure to be amusing because you have to rely on so many things, and also it's not even like you came up with it yourself. There's no amount of comedic cleverness to it. It's just, someone told me this was funny, and so I'm going to tell this thing to you to see if you guys also think it's funny. And the thing is that most of the time I don't.
Yeah, my
don't
problem is
really-
most memes translate really badly to not on the computer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like sharing memes just because in the same context of I like sharing a piece of media that I like, but my retelling or recreation of it will likely be worse, given most of them.
I very much agree with that. Because, you guys send memes into our Discord chat sometimes. I'm like, that's funny, yeah, but you guys are never... I mean, it's like, I appreciate them, and in the context of the meme, they're good. But if you try to just say that as, like, your comedic punchline, it doesn't really work. And then I think less of you. And then, you do it enough, and I'll start to hate you.
Can't believe my man's not a Family Guy.
I am... Do not say that. Oh my god. That just triggered something in me. I hate it.
I enjoyed
Why
it
did
quite
you
a bit.
do that, you bastard?
I enjoyed it quite a bit, to be honest.
Oh no, I actually reeled back. I entered a hit stun state.
Counter.
No. The strive counter.
Oh, yeah.
That's so bad.
That was a great time right there.
I don't
I feel like I
this.
just got off of a Disneyland ride.
I feel like I just puked on...
On a Disneyland ride?
Yeah, which
to
is a
see
very
it.
bad experience, because then it's also, if you puke on a Disneyland ride, you're probably not that hardcore at all. Imagine you
Yeah,
puke
some of them
on...
are kind of wild. I don't know. I'm really bad with motion sickness, so I just like don't go on roller coasters, right?
I love
I like the Disneyland rides that are like, here's a character going through a character and we've set up a bunch of things and it plays the music from the show and it's just like all happy-go-lucky,
Yeah,
It's like
with all
definitely the
the-
kind of ride that you're probably only supposed to enjoy a lot if you're a young kid, but damn, I like them.
It's a small world.
Some of the rides.
I
Is that the one that you
unironically
think of?
enjoy Small World.
It's a
quite
small
bit.
world. I love It's a Small World.
It's not bad, yeah.
It's a fun
I
experience.
think my favorite ride in Disneyland is probably the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
That one's good too. Doesn't that one have a drop at some point?
Oh, that's like a 2-inch drop. And yeah, I think it's scary and sometimes it makes me a bit nauseous, but I power through it.
Men tell no tales.
Oh yeah, and then it's really dark and it goes sploosh, and then sometimes you feel one flick of water on your forehead and you're like, ooh, a water ride.
Water ride.
Yeah, no, really. It's a great time. For someone with incredibly milquetoast amusement ride tastes like me, it's really the joy, It's the spice in life.
So you mean to tell me that if we were to just take an eyedropper and shake it at you, you would get the same amount of thrill as going to Disneyland?
If I was on a ride in the dark section of the ride, I would. I wouldn't figure it out. I'd be tricked.
For some reason, when you guys mentioned the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and the Small World, and It's a Small World, excuse me, the thing that comes to mind is never the visuals, it's the smell to me.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a bit of that. The intense part chlorine, wet plastic, and the artificial smoke smell.
Yeah. That's the
They're
first
kind
thing
of
I
nice.
think of.
You know the section in the Pirates where there's like that ship battle, right? And
Yeah.
it smells real smoky. That fake smoke smell. It's a great time.
It is a great time. I've not been to Disneyland in a while.
Oh yeah, I haven't been in there in so long. I
But
don't know. I don't really have any desire to go back.
yeah.
I enjoy
guess
my
so.
memories with it, but I don't really feel any need. The last time I was there was when in high school in senior year. That was our trip.
All right. Well, we've heard about Jake's amusement park preferences. What about Eric? Eric, what kind of rides do you like at amusement parks?
It's a small one. Probably my favorite. My favorite one's probably I think it was a Toy Story shooter one. The one you get like a laser blaster and you get to shoot things during the ride.
Is that the
3D
like
ride?
It's like the AR ride or something, right?
Was it? No, it was. I don't think AR was invented yet. I was little when I went on it. It was like Buzz.
3D?
Was it Buzz Lightyear's Shootout?
Something like that. That was a Toy
Oh,
Story.
I think that
based
one.
thing.
Yeah, I think that was just a screen.
Yeah,
Was that just 3D?
I think you just shot.
No, I don't
stuff
think it was 3D.
during
I
the
think it was
ride.
just a screen, and you had a gun that you pointed, and the thing disappeared on the screen. If you got it, it told you.
Yeah,
the
it's just
score
like
at the end.
I think it's just light sensors, not like AR stuff.
Huh. I think I've rode that a total of once in my entire life.
I think I've ridden it. Well, all I remember is I did it for a while. My hands were really, really tired at the end. I'm like, damn, I couldn't go on this again. Actually,
Yeah.
I tried too hard. I guess I didn't even do well, but I tried. I gave it my all.
You guys ride the Tower of Terror. Well, I guess Jake would.
Oh
ride
no,
the
I've
Tower of
ridden
Terror.
on it once. It was
But
terrible.
Did you enjoy it?
No, I didn't
Okay,
enjoy
well, there
it.
you go.
I
Which one's
I have
Tower
the
of
worst
Terror?
reason. Do you want to know why I went on it? I went on it because I wanted to see that little intro cinematic.
Oh yeah.
The
So
the
Tower-
little
okay.
screen where the guy introduces the Tower of Terror. That was the entire reason I wanted to go on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Okay.
like all the house interior stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a really well-produced ride. Okay, so anyway, Eric, the Tower of Terror, it is now no longer that. I'll get to that in a moment. The Tower of Terror was an elevator ride that was supposed to take after... It was based on some story. I don't even think it was an actual story in the Twilight Zone, but it was based off of... The ride was supposed to be based off of the Twilight Zone TV show. Are you familiar with that?
I only know that one episode of the Twilight Zone where like aliens invade and all they do is cut out the power and everyone just panics.
Oh yeah, what is it? Nightmare on...
Nightmare
It wasn't
on-
Nightmare, it was something... Some street.
Yeah, but I know what you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I watched that one in school, actually.
I think we all watched it in school. I watched it like 3 times in school. They kept playing it for us.
I think it was a part of my English class or something like that. Yeah, so the Tower of Terror is based on a haunted elevator that apparently is a part of some Twilight Zone canon. I don't know exactly, but the entire point of the ride is that you're supposed to be riding the elevator takes you through a portal through supernatural whatever, and there's ghosts and things like that. And so you get to the top of it, you're like strapped into your seat, you're in a giant elevator with a bunch of other people who are also strapped in their seat, and then the elevator goes up to the top of the tower, and then you drop.
like in free fall.
For a bit of it, yeah, and then of course you get caught, and then it like takes you up and down again, depending on where it takes you up and down a bunch of times during the ride. And
Oh
you know, it's good
no!
for
No! This
screams.
sounds
You're like,
terrible.
"Ah,
I'm
falling."
never going on this.
It's great.
Oh,
It
yeah,
sounds
it's
so
terrible.
bad.
I loved
No,
the
you
intro.
guys are wrong.
I hated the ride. I loved the intro though.
I love the production value on the beginning of the ride. When you're in line, you see the cinematic, and also all of the people who are working at the ride act creepy is super cool to me. I really like that, and now it's not the Tower of Terror anymore.
Yeah, I think
They
the only
decided to rebrand it.
I think the only reason I made it through it is because it was during my senior trip thing, and that was the whole thing about that was you spend a night at Disneyland, right? So it was late as shit. It was like midnight or something. So like I was just super sleepy and apathetic. So like it was fine. I just went.
You guys are wrong with the Tower of Terror. It's an amazing experience.
No. I will
loved the
never do
beginning.
anything that takes me into free fall. I went to Great America with a bunch of friends. They try to drag me
Drop
onto
Tower?
Drop Tower. Oh my god.
Hell yeah!
I've never
Drop Tower.
No. I'm never getting on that. I never want to do that.
Wait. So do you like roller coasters at all?
I'm okay with roller coasters. I did when I went to Great America. I think it was called Gold Digger. It was one of the new rides when I went. I did Gold Digger.
Yeah,
I did.
Never, I don't.
I did Flight Deck. Oh my, that was probably Flight Deck was probably the worst roller coaster I've been on. I thought I was gonna die.
What? It's so good. All the
It
roller
was
coasters
fun,
are
but I
good.
thought I was gonna die in the middle of it.
The only one that kind of has a sucky experience to it is the Grizzly, because it's the wooden roller coasters are always like that. They're rickety.
That was the Gold Digger. Yeah, it was a wood roller coaster. It was
Oh,
terrifying.
wait, is the Gold Digger different from the Grizzly, or are they the same roller coaster?
It was,
now?
when I went there, the Gold Digger was apparently new. Gold Striker, my bad. Gold Striker.
Gold Striker.
It was a wood
Gold
roller
Striker.
coaster.
Let's see. Yeah, so the thing about wooden roller coasters is that when you get on them, they shake a lot, and by the end of the ride, your butt hurts because it's just been slamming against the seat the entire time, and then it's hard to walk. The Grizzly I think the Grizzly is now the Gold Striker. Oh no, they're different. Apparently. Gold Striker versus Grizzly. Oh, they're different. Okay. I don't know if I ever rode the Gold Striker. But I did ride the Grizzly, I think.
I don't know. I have a bad experience with roller coasters when I was younger. Because we kept, for some reason, when we rode roller coasters, we kept losing stuff. Because we never put things away properly.
So you're the reason that there's all that shit at the bottom of the roller coaster.
Okay,
Yeah, it's all your
so
stuff.
The first one is at Legoland. It was like I don't remember the ride name. It was like a turbine, like one of those attractions where you sit on those seats and it like swings around. It like swings
Oh,
you
that's
around in a
actually, I
circle.
love those rides.
Yeah, there was one in Legoland. It was above water, so it was kind of like a water turbine or something. And my mom was wearing a straw hat, and we lost it during the ride. And once we got off, we could just see the straw hat floating on the water below.
You guys know that they tell you to put that stuff away,
I
right?
know. And then the second time, I think this was, I don't remember where it was. It might have also been Legoland. It was also a small, short roller coaster. It was very slow, but it took its turns way too sharply. Like it took
Heck yeah.
90-degree turns like instantly, and I think my dad lost. I think it was his glasses. I think he lost.
Oh,
He was wearing his glasses and he lost them because of the ride.
yeah. You guys they tell you to take the stuff off.
I don't know. I guess we just didn't read the signs.
I guess depending on the ride, there might be signs. There also might be just people saying, "Put all hats and glasses inside the pouches in front of you," and your family is just like, "Nah."
No. If they told us, we definitely would have listened.
Nah.
Well, then yeah, if they told you. But for some reason, I feel like you shouldn't need to be told to do this stuff, right? Your family's just like, will my hat fall off if I ride this
We're gonna
roller
find
coaster
out.
that goes
We're gonna
upside
find out.
down? No, it'll never come off.
I glued it.
It's glued to my head. It's the perfect size. That's why I bought this hat. It's the perfect size. It's not gonna come off. It's like, wind and gravity. There's so many factors that could possibly tear that hat from your head, but you're just like, it's never coming
I
off.
definitely have a memory as a young kid wearing a baseball cap on one of those swing rides, like you were saying earlier. And I had it on my head, and I thought it was gonna fall, and it was super close to falling. Then I grabbed it off of my head and held it with both of my hands, and I felt like I narrowly escaped death. I don't know. It's like I was 6 and I didn't yet I didn't realize exactly how big of a deal it would be if I lost something, where it's still in the this'll be the end of my time if I lose something, you know that? Where you feel like as a 6-year-old, if I lose a possession, it's over.
I make fun of Eric's family for doing this stupid stuff, but the thing is that I think I'm no better because I have lost my glasses in a similar fashion. Not in a roller
Oh
coaster.
my
'cause
god.
I would never wear glasses on a roller coaster like an idiot, right?
I've worn glasses on every roller coaster I've been in my life.
However, there was one time, and I wasn't 6 when it happened either. I think I was a preteen. I think I was in middle school, and we were at the beach. It was cold. I don't know why we were at the beach, but it was also cold and cloudy and dreary. But we were at the beach, and I was just playing in the water, and I went out really far because I thought it's really fun to be out here. And then I tumbled under the waves, and I was surprised when I couldn't find my glasses.
Yeah, they're gone, dude.
Where did they go?
My parents are definitely mad at me when it happens.
Oh, they're in the water somewhere.
No, my glasses! Oh no! And then, my mom and dad were very mad at me because, glasses, they're not exactly cheap. You need to get them.
Yeah,
from
really,
a place.
as for, like, things that a young kid owns, really the
Yeah.
most expensive thing.
Probably. And, you tumble under some waves for a little bit, and then they're gone. And your parents get real mad at you and you're like, but I didn't think that they would come off. So yeah, even though I'm making fun of Eric's family for their missing hats and glasses.
Yeah, my guy just went under the ocean with glasses on.
Well, you see, okay, well maybe it's more plausible the ocean instead of roller coasters.
Yeah, no, I didn't really ever lose. I've had glasses since I've been in, like, kindergarten. I've pretty much all my life just had glasses all the time.
Yeah.
And when I was a younger kid, I wouldn't lose my glasses. I'd just, like, bust them up because I was, like, rowdy and stuff, and I'd, like, roll around or, do kid stuff, and they'd always be, like, ridiculously bent one of the lenses out, that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I busted up my fair share of glasses.
Oh, that's not right. There was one pair of glasses that somehow broke in half that I had. I don't know how it happened, though. And then I had to wear a copper wire that held them together until I could get my next pair of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time, I think my mom was afraid that the bridge of my nose would turn green because copper's touching it.
I've heard worse.
That's all I've heard about it.
I don't think that's how oxidation works.
No, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna go see right now. Can copper turn your skin green? Aha, here it is. It's one of the Googled questions. Wearing copper jewelry can cause your skin to turn green due to chemical reactions.
What?
You guys, Eric is wrong, just like his family was about wearing stuff on roller coasters.
Wow, that'll show him, I guess.
I can't believe this is real. What? No.
Let's see here.
This doesn't make sense to
Okay,
me.
everyone ever wondered if your finger was infected after you spotted a green band when you took off your favorite ring? Don't worry so much because the green disappears after a few hours and it won't harm you. The reason your skin turns green is actually a normal reaction from the copper in your ring. Copper is a metal that's used for a lot of rings, especially really cheap ones. So like any other copper, the metal reacts with either the product on your fingers or just your fingers themselves. If you want to stop rubbing and washing away the green after each time you wear your ring, follow these 3 solutions. Okay, no, whatever. It happens. I believe it's because it's some kind of oxidation process. Copper, it's not the most reactive metal, but I assume it reacts with
reacts
oxygen.
with stuff, but it's just that its reactions do, like, nothing.
Yeah. Well, what do I mean that I assume that it reacts with copper? Tarnish is what copper coins or copper stuff tarnishes, and that's a reaction with copper, or no, with oxygen, excuse me. But yeah, that's totally how it works.
I have not known about this. What
Yeah,
is this?
just like your family didn't know about how hats can fall off your head.
Why do you
and
keep
glasses
bringing that up?
Just like how you don't know that you could lose your glasses in the ocean, Ryan.
Because I'm adhering to it. I don't know. For some reason, it just sticks out to me as like, why would that ever happen?
Why would you
That's
ever
so
wear
dumb.
glasses and do somersaults in the ocean?
I didn't say somersaults. I just fell under the waves. But maybe the ocean forced me to somersault. Who knows? I'm a smart person. Much smarter than Eric's family, right?
Wow, got him?
Whatever you say, Mr. Protagonist.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
I
you
am
just
protagonist.
actually I can't believe you actually just insulted Eric's family. That's kind of mean.
It's all in good fun.
Eric-
Please don't show them. Please don't show them this episode.
Eric will now take a mortal blow for you.
Yes, Eric,
Holy
because I
shit.
insulted his family. Yeah, thank you, Eric. You have now affirmed the fact that I am in the right. This is a bonding moment.
Oh. I fucking love half of those Persona cuts, especially, without spoilers, I guess. Some of the cutscenes are with people that you, like, don't get along with at all. And, like, the cutscene is you bickering, and then it's like, your mutual animosity has led to a greater bond. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Well, I guess it's more like a step.
They've
to an actual friendly
it's like, yeah, we
relationship.
verified that we still hate each other.
but you guys are talking to each other. That's different from just kind
Yeah,
of
now we're openly
hating
insulting each
from
other.
afar. Yeah, that's obviously how healthy relationships start, right?
Oh yeah, openly insulting?
Yeah, you never just start
Definitely.
insulting your significant other. I should.
No, it hasn't happened.
Really? Okay.
Whatever you say.
Nothing. I'm not saying anything. I've never started a relationship that way.
Nice.
I've ended relationships that way. I mean, I'm a
Yeah,
very
no, yeah,
good
that
person.
way is easier.
No, I can't say anything. We're on the internet now. I'm gonna be branded as a toxic individual.
I
when
can't
I'm not
believe
really.
my man Ryan is a toxic individual.
I am not. I'm a very nice.
You're making
person.
our podcast toxic.
No, we're good. I was just trying to play a joke and it didn't work out well, okay? This is what happens when you don't rely on memes, but hey, it's better than relying on
Toxic
memes.
male, the rarest type.
That's not true. I mean, maybe it's just a very vocal minority. Very loud minority. I'd like to have faith that most people in the human race are good people. It's just a couple bad apples that are just really loud that kind of ruin it for everyone else. But that's how it works sometimes. Well, no, I mean, what am I talking about?
That is how it works.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, the other thing is that I was a kid, and I was, kid, teenager, high schooler. When that happened, I was hormonal, and you know, I was kind of an edgelord, I'll admit.
Nice.
When I was in high school, I was kind of like that. I mean, it's not like my tastes haven't changed a whole lot. I still like that dark stuff, but I don't, I'm not openly like, I hate everything and I destroy, like...
Destroy the light!
Actually, that's actually something that I did do in high school. I'm not proud, but I'll admit it. I did do that. I was essentially the goth kid who wasn't outwardly goth. I very much had that mindset of I'm writing poetry and they're the light and I'm the darkness and everything. I'm always covered in shadow and they're always showered in light. And
Sick, dude.
It's very cringy, and I'm very much regretful of the things that conspire, the things that happened as a result of that stuff. I might have hurt some people having acted like that I'm very regretful for, and I do apologize to I want to apologize to all the people that I've wronged in that way, because, looking back, I was kind
It's
of
just your cursed inner darkness that led you to those decisions.
It is. It's not even me. I was being influenced by the darkness.
Oh no.
Ryan's a real life Chunibyo. Is that how you say it? Chunibyo?
No, Chunibyo?
Chunibyo? Middle school syndrome.
Yeah, middle school syndrome. No, it was never like that. There was another kid who in high school who was way worse, who is actually Chunibyo.
You actually embraced the darkness.
It was kind of, I don't want to insult anyone, but also it's a very funny story, so why not? And also, they may not be listening to
Sounds
this.
like you want to
talk
insult
them.
someone.
I mean, insulting people is fun. Making fun of people for who they were before is fun, and also Chunibyo are easy targets, and they're actually funny.
But, no, I wouldn't say funny. It's more like secondhand embarrassment.
It's embarrassing for them. But the thing is that, they don't think it's embarrassing, but it's embarrassing to watch them, and it's funny as a result, is I guess what I'm trying to get at. This kid, he was a pretty overweight guy, and the thing is that he tried to act like a ninja or be edgy wherever he was. There was a point where there was a friend of ours who was kind of feeling down, and she didn't want to talk to anyone, and she wanted to just be left alone. And then you would be like, okay, we're just going to leave her alone, we're just going to sit here, and when she's ready to talk, she'll be ready to talk, right? But then the one guy, he stands up, and he's, like, kind of stalking her. And that's stalking her, but it's not like a creep. It's kind of creepy, if you think about it.
In an incidentally creepy way, but more comically like a ninja way.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. So you would just see, I don't know if anyone else saw him, but I saw him, and I totally called him out on, well, I didn't call him, I called him out to the other friends in that group, like, yeah, he's totally like that, right? And like, yeah, you're right, he is like that. But anyway, one of our friends was feeling down, and he would, like, stalk her, go after her, or watch her from afar, and he'd do things like he would, hide behind a tree, and look around it, see her just being down and, you know, wanting to be alone, and here he is being all somber and being also 3 times as wide as the tree he's hiding behind.
Oh, yeah. He's giving it his all, okay?
Oh no, I did not, I mean, it's kinda, I feel bad kinda laughing at it, but at the same time, it was funny. It is funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, he thinks he's being sneaky and he's hiding, but he's being super cringe because he's doing the anime thing of hiding behind a tree and looking from afar and being somber and feeling for them in real life. And also,
it doesn't work that way.
He can't hide himself behind the trees that are planted in the high school courtyard.
If you do a somber Hamlet speech in real life, it's pretty weird.
Yeah, soliloquies in real life are really weird. Although, I mean, me wanting to be a character in my day-to-day life, I'll excuse that. But I never do that in public, and I definitely don't do that in front of you guys unless it's a bit or something.
Well, if it's in front of other people, it's not a soliloquy anymore.
It's not a soliloquy anymore. However, no, if you're performing in front of people, it could be a soliloquy if you're the only actor on stage, and you're just speaking your mind sometimes, yeah. So, I guess we'll leave on that note. I just made fun of some kid from high school.
Yeah, now that we've determined that Ryan is edgy,
no,
and
not
rude
anymore.
as a child.
X edgy and X rude. I'm much more mellow.
Now he only openly insults Eric's family.
Yeah,
not
no,
Eric.
I mean, but
and
it was a
also
joke.
our edgy ninja boy.
I'm not an edgy ninja boy.
No, I'm talking about the other kid.
Okay. Yeah, he was an edgy ninja boy. Maybe he still is.
Edgy.
We actually called him out on it, and we were like, "Do you think that you're actually a ninja?" And he says, "Well, I can be." And we're like, "Oh, no."
Oh no, he's too far gone. Is that
Edgy
better or
ninja
worse than
boy
the
can now take a
military
mortal
nut
blow for
guy?
you.
The military guy?
Yeah, you know, there's always a kid in elementary school who's like a military enthusiast who wears all camo. They're super into it. They like are not physically fit at all, or actually related to the military, but somehow they're like super into it.
I feel, is that like a...
I saw like 4 of those in my scholastic career.
That sounds like... Honestly, I think of that as a South or a Confederacy sympathizer.
I have no idea. I never knew them that well.
Yeah, my school never had any of those. I feel like no one in my school wanted to go to the army.
I knew a couple people in high school who ended up joining the army or the military in some capacity. I never really talked to them, and I don't know, they weren't exactly the brightest people, so I didn't really hang out with them a whole lot. One of them tried to bully me and annoy me, and then he ended up joining the military, and to me, I thought, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know if that's an insult or not.
Wow, maybe an insult. Depends if they're insulted, I guess.
Yeah, no, going back to me making fun of Eric's family, it was a joke, Mr. and Mrs. Who. I'm sure you're very bright people, you've raised a very bright boy, and, you know, it's just gravity. It's not your fault, it's gravity. It's gravity and G-forces and inertia that cause you to lose various items. And some may debate that you shouldn't have been wearing those items and someone shouldn't need to tell you. But at the same time, you know, sometimes you need to make the judgments for yourself. You can't have everyone just tell you what to do. I know that from experience because I had a girlfriend who was like that and I ended up not enjoying it a whole lot.
Man, only an idiot would wear a hat on a roller coaster.
Apology and criticism accepted. Eric's family will now take a mortal blow for you.
Yeah! Truly, I am the protagonist of this podcast.
Yeah, do you see the little music notes?
I did. I saw them in my periphery.
Did you get 2 or 3?
It just said Mrs. and Mrs. Who, and then there were like a couple music notes, and they were all smiling, kind of
that's pretty
weird
cool.
with sharp teeth at me. Yeah,
that's kind of creepy.
I got a couple
actually.
points. I don't understand. I've never met them before, but for some reason they're willing to take a mortal blow for me now. That's pretty awesome. That's not bad at all. Okay, that's more people that are willing. I have an entire family of people who are willing to just take mortal blows for me.
That's crazy.
What's gonna happen when you know, someone points a gun at me? Is one of Eric's parents just gonna come out of nowhere, anime style, like they saved me?
Holy shit!
Like,
they come all the way there.
安心して。俺が来た。 or something like that. But they're like, you can rest easy now that I'm here. And you're like, wait, who are you? It's like, I'm your friend's dad.
Nice.
Right? It's like, thanks. We've never like, cool. That's great. I'm a fan of that.
I like the idea of them having enough time to run up and take the shot for you, but like, just like somehow being there.
Yeah, that's
they just
the best
were there
part,
the whole
though.
time.
If they're willing
They're
to
like,
take a
this
mortal
is where
blow
Ryan
for
is
you.
going to be mugged. I know it already.
Yeah. No, I think the power of the wild card just ports them in front of me when they also they're willing.
Pretty cool.
Maybe something like that happens, and then suddenly they're taking a mortal blow for me, but they don't die necessarily, unless they're also in low health. But anyway,
yeah,
I think
closing the
that we're-
podcast.
Yeah, we should probably. I've tried to end it like several times now, but it's okay because talking is always fun. But at some point we have to end. You can't let things go on for too long, and so we are out of time. Looks like we're out of time for this episode. You can watch and listen to us live every Sunday at twitch.tv/ShatterpointGames. But if you can't make it, no worries. New episodes go up on Mondays at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/BreakTimePodcast. Follow us on Twitter at ShatterpointGS if you want. Join us next week when we talk about whatever. I think Jake will be the host next week, maybe.
Wow.
Whatever he wants to talk about or whatever he brings to the table, or maybe we'll just do the same thing that we did this week. But until then, break time over.